Hello, crafty friends. Welcome to my craft room. I'm Yvonne with Omjour, On My Mind, Journaling, and More. And this is the Morning Coffee Journaling Club, aka Sunday Afternoon Summer Hour Journaling Club. As you can hear in my voice, I'm kind of not up to 100%. Robert brought home a cold, and I've caught that cold. So I'm kind of in the throes of it right now. Took a COVID test. It's not COVID. So it's just at this point, just another bad cold. Seems like I just got over one, but I guess that was in January because I rang in the new year, and now we're going into April. Well, full swing into April. Next weekend, honestly, is Easter. So, I just finished printing off a bunch of pictures, and I'm going to put these into my journal. Not sure how much actual journaling I'm going to get to because I'm just not feeling 100%. But I did want to jump on and show you the corset binding that I did finish. I love it. Right now it's loose. I have it. I don't think I can zoom you out anymore. No, I have it kind of attached still with a clip. The plan is to glue this to the back, or actually when it sits on the shelf, this will be the side, and then it will wrap around and close. But right now, because there's only really 2 book sections in here, it's still a little bit loose. So I don't want to glue it until I know exactly where it's going to need to be, because I do want the corset closure to be in the center. And right now, because it's loose, it's already shifted. I don't really know if I like this. This is a shoelace. I think I still want to try to find some leather cording to go in here. I like the color. I think it goes very well. So this is my favorite part of this journal so far. And I did glue down these appliques that were on the jeans, and I didn't sew this part. So you can see it's already starting to fray a little bit, but that's kind of the look I want. I want it to look a little bit distressed. So I am going to take this off of my journal for now. I probably won't add this back on until I get more signatures glued in. I've got 3 more sections that I don't have any signatures in at all. So the other thing, my head is hurting. The other thing is I've been kind of sketching out another plan for this. Is kind of so let's see, this is January, February. This section here is March and April. And then, so I'm left with this right here. And I'll have a few more in the book where this was one of the Reader's Digest covers. This was actually what I thought was going to be the cover page, but I had to do some repair work. So I think on this section, my idea is going to be to do a, what is it called? It's kind of like, it'll look like a ladder, and each of these sections will flip up. And my plan is to show like the best of what's happened in March and April. I'll spell out the word spring, and then hopefully have some sort of closure to keep it all together. I'll untie it and then be able to flip up each little section and have some photos and maybe some more additional journaling about what went on in March and April. And the reason why I wanted to do that, of course, I've been kind of thinking, what do I want to do with this? And so that was what came to mind. And in this book itself, the pages are very small. They really are very small. March is done. I don't want to flip through March. But, well, it actually gives you a good sense that I'm not able to do a whole lot in here. So for days that have a lot going on, which will be yesterday right here, my granddaughter's dance recital. And so I have, these happen to be the photos. Of course, I have the Post-its on them. But there's not going to be a lot of journaling space here. And this is actually her last year with this particular dance group. She aged out, and so we kind of have to find a new outlet for her dance. So I thought, I came across one of these. This is from an old, what they used to call them, brag books, just a little photo album that you could stick in your pocketbook and brag about your kids or your grandkids. So I had one that I had taken apart and used the cover, I think, for something else. And so I think I'm going to just leave these, instead of cutting them apart, leave them as a, 4x6 image with 4 images here, kind of like a collage, and tape this in and be able to flip up and add some journaling here, and then possibly in this section, in this where I'll create this kind of flip, I'll write additional memories about her time with this one dance instructor. So that can stay right in there. Let's see, some of these other photos, I wrote the dates on the back as I printed them. I was doing very well in April, kind of keeping up, putting things in as I went. That seems to be coming off a little bit. But I do have an image I wanted to put here. Well, it's both of these. Both of these. Just going to cut stuff apart. I believe these are the same day. This is when I went to my journaling retreat. Yeah. So that'll go right in there. Yeah, and I did the same day. I recorded this, and it was also an award ceremony at the school. So that all goes right there. Let's see. And then the top 2 here actually from March, which I've already finished March. So let's see where they are, the 28th and the 29th of March. Here's the 28th. Oh, I'd forgotten I'd saved an image of Scruffy, which that's not Scruffy. What did I do? Oh, here he is. No. Did I put it on the wrong page? I probably did. And maybe my brain is not working 100% here. Or I possibly forgot to print it? Huh. Okay, well, I'm just going to pop them in on that particular day and figure it out after I'm done recording. So, oh, I know what. This was supposed to go on there. Okay, so I'm going to pop that in there and come back to it. These are April 2nd, which is right here. The beginning of April wasn't really a whole lot going on, but I have kind of stuck some things in, glued some things down. Let's see, these all have to be cut apart. There's Scruffy again. I will cut off four of these apart. This is just an image of the corset binding that I want to put inside the journal. Kind of write about the process of putting it together. I like doing things like that. And this says 411, which would be right here. I better get some clips. Pop these things in. 411. And then this is the 6th. And I already have a ton of stuff going on. I left this. First of all, I'm using a a page-a-day calendar that I got for Christmas for the letters, for the dates this month. And I've just been cutting them as I use them. Like, I just pulled this for the 11th. But the trouble with it is, when I have the weekend, they've put the dates together. So, but for this particular one, it worked out that the 5th and the 6th were opposite each other. And I really liked, this is when I went to the art journaling retreat. I liked the image of the school itself, so I put that straight across. And then my son-in-law came that day and did some yard work for us. We had some personal stuff going on and not able to get to the yard maintenance for several weeks. And of course it's spring, so everything is growing. And this is an image. I told you I like to play with my images that I take, things that maybe not necessarily look interesting. It took me, this art school was a little bit further away than I'm used to. It took me all day to drive there, so I really didn't get a chance to explore much, which I like to explore. I stayed downtown, but I didn't get a chance. But I did take some images from my hotel room of the downtown, and I thought I could use one of my journaling prompts for that photo, because one of them is the view from here. So the other thing is I have to figure out how to get that in my journal, because I already have so much on these 2 pages, but I will get it. I'll come figure it out. Springtime. This is the 8th. It's time for Scruffy. He got a buzz cut and he's not too happy about it, but I do like to keep him trimmed because we go camping a lot and kayaking and things, and although he gets his flea medicine and everything, we don't really have fleas or tick problems. I like to keep him trimmed just in case. Because he's a very fluffy dog without being buzzed like this. And so he he doesn't like it. I think he thinks he's fancy when he has all his fur, and I do let him grow out over the winter. So this is the 11th, and I haven't pulled the calendar page for yesterday yet. I did cut out the 10th. Okay. So, and also, so part of the art, the journaling course that I took was working on some calligraphy. So I was practicing and wrote that. So I might, instead of using the printout, I might use that calligraphy there. Okay, so now I have 2 more journaling prompts for this month. And I'm going to fold this back up and put it out of the way. The other thing I've done this week is do some thrift store shopping. And it's been quite a while since I've made any kind of new junk journal. And so I specifically went looking, and these are some things I found. Now this looks to be a checkbook cover, but this is pink. It's probably faux leather, but it's like suede on the inside, pink. And I have made this size before as a travel journal. And so that's the plan for this one, is to make some sort of travel journal and bind it here. I also learned a new binding technique that looks better on the outside that I might try for this one. But you can see I'll only be able to fit one signature in here. But I like that, and I like the size of a travel journal. This little golden book, I have seen other journalers making books out of these, and of course, you know, I want to try it. So I've got some time on this one, and I may use this for a personal journal or put it together. Some journalers take all this out, others keep the pages intact. So I'm going to do some research on how to do this, but for me, when I do get to this, I want to keep the story intact. This is like a classic. The book itself is in some pretty poor shape, I think. It's been loved a lot. But that's also what I like about it too. So that's another plan for a new junk journal. Oh, I forgot to put this in the book. All right, here's 2 other things. Not sure how this is going to work, but I bought them, and I'll think about how to use them. This is already some sort of journal cover. It has a pen holder here, right here, and then 2 like slide-in pockets, and then this space for a journal right here. So I've been playing around with this and going, well, I don't like this. And I started looking at it going, I'm just going to take it off, but that's a lot of stitch ripping. And then I don't know what's underneath that and if I'll tear it up. But I've never made a journal like this where I might potentially have 2 spines. So here's one, and then I'd have to play with it to see where the pen holder would fall. And then over here it could either lay flat on top or be an additional something. So that's the 3rd one I bought. And then this one, I've already started playing around with it. So this is some sort of pouch. It's flat, but this is handmade. Someone made this. It's this floral applique. I think it's beautiful, and I'm always drawn to things like this. So I started going, well, how am I going to make this into a journal? And again, it will, if I can get it apart, it will become, again, this trifold type thing. So I started looking at this. I didn't really want to cut it, so I've been kind of trying to get this off, and then whether I keep this section intact or not, because I won't have enough to match, or if I take it completely off and try to find some other type of binding to go around it. But that's kind of the fourth one, so it gives me some options to kind of create new things. The corset closure that I was working on kind of sparked me wanting to make more projects. So, not much journaling going on today, but I did want to look at these last two prompts. And I think I'm going to work on this one today with you, journal card. I make these all the time. All the time. But I've been pulling some magazine images, some base picture, or some things for a base, because what I want to do, I said I want to step this up a little bit. And one thing that I'm just not good at is collage. So I want to practice more. And so I started looking at this image. This is a magazine image, and transformation. That's an option, but I'm not going to work on that today. And then I started off camera, I started playing with some things that I picked up at this art retreat. I picked up a bunch of, it's like a whole pack of collage paper, different sizes, ripped, torn, and then a magazine. I started putting this together, long story short. And so I've already glued these three pieces together. How did it go? This way. And I want this to be roughly the same size as an index card, 3x5 index card. Or maybe it was this way. Yes. I don't remember. I discarded the index card and went to this. This is just, I'm starting to lose my voice, so I'm probably going to wrap it up after this. This is just, the card packs you can purchase, and then you make your own cards. So I think that's the plan for this, is to finish gluing some things here. And then I had this paper here to finish out this kind of collage. I'm so sorry. I just knocked you too. So sorry about my voice. So I'm going to glue this down. I moved my camera and then I moved it back because I didn't like it. I'm so used to, I lost the sunshine. And I don't think I can reach my light. Hopefully you can still see. The sun is peeking out on and off today. There we go. And I think this will go all the way down. But I want this piece to kind of peek under that a little bit. Right? Yep. So then I'll have to glue this down more here. And maybe it's I don't need to use a glue stick. I probably need to use some, I guess it's collage medium or something. But this, I'm just so used to grabbing this glue stick. This is my favorite one. All right. So I think I'm going to leave it as a card base for now. But let's trim this up some. You're going to hear my dog. I'm sorry. He's crying on the on the back porch, wanting to. Somebody must be pulling up. This is what happens when you try to record not first thing in the morning. All right. So now I will just trim that off here. And like I said, I want to work on some collage. I'm not good at it, so that tells me I just need to do it more often. And I'm way crooked. So this is probably going to end up being a journaling card. So which I'll, after I get it all done, I'll take out my paper cutter and trim it even to roughly, I tried to give you the size earlier, probably about 4 by 5. Yeah. And I'm going to throw that piece away, but I'm going to save this. This was in that paper pack I purchased, and I've been saving my scraps, and eventually we'll do some of this together. But again, this is not, it won't be a tutorial. It'll probably be just me working out how to do collage. All right, I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And then I had one more I wanted to do, and that is this magazine image. That's what the index card was for. I like this. This is a magazine image, and I like the blue on it, but it's a little too big for an index card. So I have some just scrapbook paper cardstock that I liked. I thought it would contrast very well with it. So I'm going to glue that down onto this cardstock. And then I do have some elements. I went through my magazine kind of stash. I don't have a ton because I tend to use what I trim out of the books, but and I'll probably cut this down to size off camera because I see it's a little crooked, so I'll want to pull out my paper cutter. I have this that I really loved, and then I thought there was something else. Oh, here they are. Well, let me get this down, and I want this down and these. I just thought this was cute. Right or wrong, I like how it looks. So that's what I'm going to make. And that will fulfill the journaling card prompt for this month. Let's see. There we go. And I like the sunglasses. For whatever reason, just do. Okay. Oh, I was going to tuck them in some, but I can't now, but so I'll just put them up like that. That's so cute. Now, leave that one as is. But this one, I want to step up a little. And that is with some stamps. And you can see these are from the dollar store. I frequently pick them up. I have a ton of stamps. I don't know why I buy them. I probably have, this set happens to be the garden. What I bought it for is this little watering can. And what I wanted to use was 3. Now where they're going to go, I'm not sure. So let's see, this is the flat side. Here's the watering can. I wanted the butterfly. And this. This is just kind of some lettering. All right. Let's see where this can go. I don't know how it'll show up on this paper, but I'm going to try. Let's do, should I put the watering can kind of watering? Why not? I'm not sure how this is going to look. I'm going to do it on this first. See how good it prints. Wow, look at that. So, okay. I want to try something. Wonder. Yeah, I should have left that ink to dry. I wonder if it would look good glued instead of just stamped. I don't know. All right. This is the lettering. Let's see how that one. Oh, that one's nice too. All right. I think it'll go right here. Look at that. Oh, I love it. And well, let's get the butterfly on. I like this cute little butterfly. I love butterflies. Let's see how the butterfly looks. It's kind of dark, but that's okay. So let's see. Ooh, do we want to do it upside down? Probably not. But let's get it half on the flower and half off. Oh gosh, I think I wiggled it. That's all right. It'll be okay. And I think I'm just going to use the stamp. Where should I put it? I'm going to do it right up here. There we go. And let's see if I can do this. It's April. Today is, can't read the letters. It's the 12th. Let's see if that's right. Oh, did them backwards. This one needs to be a 1, and this one needs to be a 2. Let's try that. Yep. Okay. Definitely need some improving on my collage techniques, but I like it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Where did that other one go? I wonder if I should put a stamp on that, or if that's just... I think I just like this one just like that. It's a little more contemporary. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. I'm going to go take it easy. And looks like I had one more thing I might do to this. Yep. Let's see if this word garden fits on here. Ooh, barely. Barely. Oh, you know what? That butterfly was supposed to look like that. I did move it a little bit. Do I want to make it a true collage? I don't know, but I'm going to think about it. Okay, so there's my prompt for journal card. I'm sorry I'm so congested, but I hope you enjoyed this, and hopefully you are doing your own journaling. I will see you next time. Have a great rest of your Sunday.